I guess you're still Salvato. Your Salvato is still mono. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing MC. Yeah.
All right, and then
And then
Amanita's not here, so I guess we can do. We are doing before that. I think Olive was Monica, and then I was Yuri, and Camcat's
I
Natsuki
stick with
Sarah.
my old reliables.
Yay.
yeah, I think that works. How about you, Ollie? Do you think that works for you, Ollie?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool. Anyways, let's continue then. You guys said you had the
Oh,
recording up, right?
unmute the
Yeah,
game. It's
I
the
just.
audio
Oh
still.
yeah, yeah. You're sorry. Good catch. Good catch. There we go.
There we go. All right. Anyways, continuing on. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long.
Really? Maybe you're right. Salvato. I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever?
Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll each end up for college or after that. So it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises. But, well, I hope so.
See, he has a kind heart, even though he's a kind of jerk sometimes.
Dunderhead.
Dunderhead, yeah.
His motivations are less than pure.
Less
for
than
joining the club.
admirable. Yeah. He's still, yeah, I guess so. He's still like immature, but he's got some good heart for his friends.
Yeah. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing. So my hopes are up.
There's that like motif of like MC, since he's like this sort of half character, or like this just part of the game, he doesn't really understand what it means to like change, and he thinks that story is going to be the same like forever, and he just wants things to be the same, right? And
Yeah.
I think Sayori might not want.
There's also that thing coming up later, I think, about Sayori wanting things to stay the same.
Scared of losing
So I
him.
feel like it might be like a childhood friend archetype thing, like we've been friends for so long, everything will stay the same or something.
But there's like the force in the background, sort of like tearing things apart. That's out of their control, you know. So it's like,
yeah, in the context of like if it wasn't a genre breaking event, it would probably be just natural time growing apart.
Yeah. I was looking at the background. Chair in the closet.
Chair in the closet.
Yeah, we were talking about how.
I hope the chair feels comfortable enough to come out of the closet.
Yeah, we noticed that like.
It's the same chair that's in the.
Yeah, it's like a very similar.
In the clubroom closet, isn't it?
Yeah,
like it's the same position. I mean, I guess because they were both.
I have an idea.
There to stand on, I think.
In the back. I have an idea. It's been in the back of my mind ever since we started the scene earlier. Maybe this scene was originally intended to happen in the original club room, but then they remembered Natsuki's in the club room, so they had to make a situation that actually gets Sayori up to a different classroom because of because the cubby is the same up in the top left.
The layout,
the hair is the same, and the contents of the closet are the same.
The layout, yeah. It's like.
Or.
And then, like,
every single room is an identical copy of the club room. Well, minus some details like posters and stuff.
Even the chair needs to be in that exact same spot every.
Yeah, we should, when it goes back to the original, we should check to see if that chair is like in the same spot. Yeah. Like,
it's Natsuki's funny chair for picking up the manga.
Yeah, it's not straight. She, like...
And why doesn't she use it? Yeah.
She does use it.
Why did she?
She grabbed the swivel chair
She grabs.
because
Oh yeah.
because it was a calculated move.
That's so.
Oh,
she,
no.
She wanted to use the swivel chair to fall down,
She just
so
likes swivel chairs.
she wanted MC to catch her.
To be fair, who doesn't?
True.
My headcanon is that the president gets to sit in the swivel chair.
Yes. That's why Monica. That's why
Monica got up.
Monica. That the swivel chair is what gives the epiphany.
I meant like more of a privilege, but you know, new
True.
headcanon.
The swivel chair. It's too powerful.
Love the swivel chair slot. I was really off topic. Sorry, guys.
I also want to
Love the
say
chair,
this
don't worry.
Good.
this lock right here. This door doesn't look like it locks. Like there's not even a little hole in this spot right here. So I think there's some mods where like they get locked
It's
in the
funny.
closet. And I'm like,
It's funny because like the door handle has what looks to be a lock, but you don't.
yeah, right here.
There's no locking bit on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Kinda
there's.
sad.
There's like not even a place for it to like fully shut.
Yeah, it's like not latched. It doesn't latch.
Yeah, look, there's no like. Yeah, I see what you mean now. Okay.
That classic visual novel. Don't think about it too hard.
But they did go out of their way to put reflections in the floor.
Yeah.
For like.
Yeah.
Weirdly specific details and lacks of details.
And you can actually see like in the floor, you can see like the wood, like the texture of like the little
the grain.
Yeah.
The wood
yeah,
grain.
what
Mhm.
what are they called? Like you could tell how old the tree rings. Yeah.
Yeah, the rings.
Yeah.
Okay, this will continue.
I'm so happy.
Sayori has a whimsical expression on her eyes. We remain silent for. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside. When I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her.
I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know?
Good luck with that.
Good luck.
Yeah, that's definitely when delivery is important.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna see your forehead out of the way.
Not if I hide it under my veins. I feel like this is identical to the room that MC was in at the beginning. It's correct, they're all identical rooms.
See, there's a swivel
Yeah,
chair.
they're
right?
all
Okay.
Figured it out.
Yeah.
You can see the swivel chair.
Yeah, you can. And
Swivel
there's a
chair!
computer.
Oh,
right there.
desk and swivel chair, swivel chair, swivel chair. My favorite
chair,
character,
best
swivel
girl.
chair.
Hmm.
So true. Ah!
She clutches her forehead again.
Thought it was a yawn, I'm
That's
sorry.
Wait, what?
Wait, so you
Thought
didn't
it was
say?
a yawn, so I did a yawn instead of a
Oh,
Oh.
it could be a yawn.
I could-
She's like stretching.
No,
as
No,
you
no,
know,
it's
actually.
because like MC's like,
Stretch.
don't stand up so fastly, it'll just hurt.
I
Oh.
Your
see.
forehead.
Because
See, now we're talking about yawns. Now it's making me yawn.
it's because her.
Contagious.
All your
Yeah.
fault. Yeah. Don't stand up so fast after you're hurting yourself. Jesus.
Yeah. Ugh.
Ugh. Stuff.
Maybe
Well, I guess it's too late now.
her legs fell asleep from sitting in that position. You know, like her.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate when that
She
happens.
kept that position as MC got the apple juice after all.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try and hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room.
Ah, you're back. Good timing. I was just about ready to start sharing our poems. Sayori, your forehead.
He's fine, don't worry about.
I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shell!
Dot dot dot.
Dot, dot, dot. Well, anyway.
Monica doesn't even say
Right,
anything.
I love it.
She looks like.
Not even gonna ask if she's okay.
I bet she was like
Wow.
about to laugh, but she kind of like kept it in. Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
It is funny. Were you able to find everything we needed?
Uh-huh. I have it right.
Sayori frantically glances around herself.
I forgot all the stuff.
Oh.
Okay, not gonna lie, I'm guilty of doing that.
Thanks.
I would go
do
get
that
something.
too.
And
Yeah.
I'll go into a room, forget why I came,
Yeah.
leave. Wait a second.
What they doing again? I've had that happen many times. That is definitely relatable.
Yeah.
Calm down,
To be
Sayori.
fair, she also hit her head, so maybe like it was like she was more focused on like that, you know, MC taking care of her than the supplies.
Mhm. Yeah, there's definitely that as well. I have it all right here.
Oh, MVP.
Right. I found the poster paper too. Dang. What a gig it had.
Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Salvado. Yeah.
What about the compliment?
Well, I had to do all the work.
MC or a shot to Sayori? Like an indirect shot to Sayori, like Sayori, you freaking blood.
I think she was just
There.
maybe both. I don't know.
Maybe
It's a
both.
little bit of a. It's a little bit of a tease.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or it just looks a little sad, like
Oh.
I disappointed
Oh.
Monica, Jan.
No.
Yeah. I feel
I
the
mean, she did. The reason why she came back is 'cause she didn't want to disappoint Monica. Don't Monica.
Oh,
Listen. Listen.
Yeah, I think I failed to come. So he's like, he's trying to like save the situation. Yeah, maybe he was. Maybe she was kind of like trying to like make Sayori feel a bit like a dunderhead for getting stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it makes her feel a bit guilty about
Yeah,
doing something.
it's like a little bit of a guilt trip.
A little bit, yeah. Like I think that was like the first hint that like, hey, Monica might be doing something to Sayori. There could be something behind
I
the
made
scenes
it an
on here.
adventure.
Yeah, that.
Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight.
So yo.
I said it, but it probably didn't get caught.
Oh.
Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah, I didn't get caught. Okay, good.
Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems?
Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat.
They're really gonna design their posters with crayon.
Oh no.
Because they're base.
I
It's
prefer
pretty base.
markers. Markers is where it's at.
Alright, Sayori.
Alright, so what are we doing first? Oh,
I just like doing the list order.
Sayori. Alright.
Salvado, I really love your poem. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me.
Oh.
indeed, these 20-word poems are masterful.
Those 20
Yeah.
words are pretty great.
Yeah, like
Yeah. I've seen people write good poems using the poem words.
yeah.
Wonder
the
what that
poem
says
words.
about me. But anyways.
Oh my god.
Quick,
Eh?
join a literature club. Nothing will go wrong.
Start alert.
Okay.
Eh? I'm not hiding anything. What are you talking about?
What? Your poems are so good. Yesterday's, and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before.
I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so
Oh.
No way! Not even Natsuki?
that's crazy.
I love her concern for.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much he likes something. But I don't think it's bad.
What do you mean?
Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you.
Such a weird. That's a funny one, I think.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
Stop.
Sayori sounds tearless.
Wah, 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 wah.
S rank.
It's like dubstep.
Dubstep beat,
Wah, wah,
beat
wah,
drop.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
Wah.
Well-being.
MC Slayori hitting the mic.
Yes. Oh wait, did we get this one?
No.
Oh, Mono, you're muted.
Mono died. Rip.
Oh, I can get it. Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to...
That was very tsundere.
He is.
Stop
What?
thinking weird things, idiot.
Sorry about that.
Jeez, Monaco. Why? How does the literature club at least have 2 tsunderes?
What if the whole club were tsunderes? Isn't there a mob like that?
Dookie
Or, like,
Tsundere,
whole
I
club
don't
or
know.
something.
Possibly.
Maybe.
It's not like I like you or anything, Baka. Well, it's not like I like you or anything, idiot.
It goes on for like 30 minutes.
Skip button activates like Yuri in Act 2.
Right? That'd be so funny. Anyway, sorry about that. I had someone come on.
Oh, you're good.
Anyways. How am I supposed to write poems about my stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Honestly jealous. Even the little things.
Like cooking.
Let's not talk about that.
She's so serious about cooking.
Let's talk about the time you burnt boiling water. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection, you know?
They're like,
You know what I'm saying?
they got that like, I don't know. I kind of want to tell a story. Like me and my sister kind of have a weird sort of like, it's like a kind of a weird way of like communication where it's like she can read my mind sometimes and like I can read her mind. It's just like a strange thing, I guess, that popped into my head.
See. Yeah, I think some people could do that when like they know each other good enough. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's like almost like it's like you I don't know. It's like some people you are friends with or like you know well, you're able to really easily like it's like you can understand things better almost when you are with that person than by yourself.
On the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I think generally when you like know someone more, whether it be like a family or like a close friend, you can kind of like get to a point where you're kind of reading each other's thoughts, you know? Because a lot of it's through like, because you kind of count on like certain ways they talk or like certain expressions or the way they do things. Any such, and like any of those things would be hints at like what they might be thinking. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, it's your fault for getting in my business. I'm confused. That's very tsundere. Why?
I think he's just being. Yeah, I think he is being a bit tsundere now.
Yeah, I do kind of find it funny. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if I understand.
But yeah, like I kind of find it funny how the MC is being like, from Sayori's perspective, kind of being a bit suggestive, but he's not really aware of it, you know.
Like
it's funny because Sayori is knowingly suggestive on numerous occasions.
Right. So knowing that, she kind of picks up on that, or like maybe not picks up, but the word. Like she's more aware of the possibility of someone else being suggestive than being suggestive herself. I'm not really sure what's the whole term about that, like human, like in like psychology, but like.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's like what was it? Like if you're like a certain, you have your personality, and you have the things that you're kind of a natural at, and because you're a natural at something, you can kind of like
intuition.
See. Yeah, intuition. Yeah, you kind of like see other people.
Yeah, I feel like
same behavior.
I think I feel Sayori's probably like really intuitive the way she understands like people,
And like like possible like romantic signals, that stuff. Yeah. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori?
I wonder. I feel like the tone here matters a lot,
Those are
doesn't it?
stupid again. They're so mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it could come. I can see how this could come off as kind of like
Mean.
I don't know. I don't want to say mean. I think it's just kind of like he. It's like he cares for Sayori, but the way he goes about it. You know, he wants her to like understand things in a way that that'll help them be better friends, I guess. But he's like not very good at expressing that, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
see, look, because he's like he pats Sarah's head. He's like
He's
not.
like super patronizing.
He's not.
yeah.
Well, I feel like
Patronizing.
it's not necessary, but I feel like he's also just being, you know, this is like friendship dynamic, not really like actually patronizing. He's just kind of like being a good friend. And...
Yeah. 'Cause like I know like plenty of people.
See, she's laughing.
That I have. Yeah. That's like the thing. So, you know, when it comes to the relationship between MC and Sayori, I think that like even though he might come off as like a you know jerk sometimes, in the end I think they're still childhood friends. You know, I feel like part of it is just because the MC and Sayori are comfortable around each other, so they're more to like talk in ways that if you were to walk up to like the average stranger on the street, you probably shouldn't say like certain things. You know, you gotta be more careful with the way you say things. But because they know each other and all that, they're more comfortable around like not being so filtered, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think, and also it's just like, it's like MC is being supportive here, but he's not like doing it because he's being mean to Sayori, or like he doesn't want to like hurt Sayori's feelings, you know. He just wants to like to like help her and like support her by pointing these things out that like that's like his point of view on you know, this whole situation, I guess. Yeah.
You know, and like I have plenty of like friends and stuff that I talk to that we're just kind of jerks to each other at times, but in a funny way. Like we're not serious about it. We know that we can't just like joke around.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. It's like it is hard though to like. I feel like sometimes to get to that level of friendship, you know, it kind of takes time, but definitely like you have to like let yourself be vulnerable with them.
Yeah,
but they've had that for a while.
Like a bit more risk being more carefree, you know. And kind of like test the waters, I suppose. But like if anyone would be comfortable with each other, it'd be NC and Sayori, because they're childhood friends. Now, granted, NC has been like haven't seen Sayori in like a year or two. I think it's shown.
Yeah. But when you've been friends for like 10 years, you know, it's like what's 1 year or 2 years when you've been friends for like probably 12 years, or I don't know how long. If they're childhood friends and like they're high school, like they've probably been friends for
exactly. So I feel like that 1 year barrier.
It's like doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter, yeah. Anyways, carry on.
Alright.
Hey! I'm not a kid, you know.
Are you sure about that?
Is that meme? Have you seen that meme of
John
like,
Cena?
Yeah, the John Cena.
Are you sure about that?
It's like Natsuki, I'm not cute. Natsuki's like, I'm not cute. And then John Cena's like, are you sure about that?
The original video is really funny.
I have not seen the original
I haven't seen the original either.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Have you seen the John Cena prank call?
So yeah, I have. Good. I've seen that one. That one's hilarious.
Oh
yeah, I haven't seen the original video for the one where he's like piece of dead. I haven't seen that one.
Wait, which one?
Oh, the one we were talking about, the one where he's like, are you sure about that? I have not seen the original video. I've just seen the meme.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen the original.
I might go check it out here soon after we're done here. Ugh. Anyways, Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands.
Hey, Salva. Will you give me your poem?
Wait,
Oh,
we gotta show it to the other girls though.
yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't want to keep it
Huh? Why?
because well, it's the first time you've written something for me.
Aw, that's so cute. Sayori, you completely misunderstood.
See, this is why I it's kind of confusing, right? I feel like because if you write to Natsuki or Yuri, like MC kind of like I don't like the dialogue implies that MC understands that he's trying to woo the other girls, but like it seems that even if you write for Sayori, MC doesn't necessarily want to woo Sayori. Like it seems that it's just I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like the
MC is like, yes, I will go and join this club to woo one of the members. Thank you, Sayori, Ultimate Wing Woman. Also, MC, I will now only spend my time here with Sayori and write poems while thinking about Sayori.
Exactly.
Really funny.
See, he even says, "I didn't write this for you," but like, there's a different
Sure.
part. If you write for
He's being
Natsuki,
pussy to Ray right now.
There's the chair! The chair in the closet!
oh yeah, look, it's tilted the same
Oh
way.
yeah, you're right. Yeah. The chair's
Yeah,
in
I
the same spot.
noticed that too. It's still there. It's still chair.
It's
And then
the
they-
chair!
And those books
Imagine
on
if it had like menacing signs around it.
I really
so-
hope this means there's a desk with a swivel chair at the front of the classroom
Yes.
in the club room. Swivel chair.
Are you even listening anymore?
Oh wait, I was gonna say like, cause there's a part if you write for Natsuki, Monica comes up to MC and she reads your poem and then like MC's like I can't. There's no way I could tell Monica I wrote this for Natsuki, and
Yeah.
and then now it's like Sayori's like, or sorry, MC's like, no, I did not write this for Sayori.
Yeah, it's
even
because
though,
you
like-
embarrass Natsuki so much she runs out.
Oh my god.
That's really funny.
Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home.
Really?
Oh, she bounced up. She jumped.
Yep.
Oh.
Snap. Or yeah.
She snap. Wait, snap.
Yeah.
When did he snap? His fingers?
I don't know.
Oh, he snapped the
I
pencil.
broke my
Oh.
pencil.
Oh.
Sayori's strong. Sayori's so small.
Buff Yori.
Buffy or
So true.
I don't know why, but like ever since you guys pointed out that chair, now it's just like the most menacing thing in the whole. Like, I don't know why, but I'm kind of.
Why did
its
Natsuki use
background.
that chair in day two,
Wait.
in week day 2?
yeah.
No, in day 3,
I think
Natsuki were
it's just maybe Monica took the chair out of the
Get
closet.
away.
Oh, true.
Keep
Like-
The
Monica
chair
away.
came out.
Yo! That's a pro.
Oh my
Ah, you skipped the
Happy
line.
Pride Month.
god.
If you're watching this in June.
Oh wait,
Uh,
sorry.
No, you're good.
Did we get this one?
Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped. But being inattentive of her surroundings, he bumps right into her.
Sorry.
It's fine, it's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil.
Wait, so she bends down and she doesn't pick it up? Wait. How
I
did
guess
she
she does.
So she
Yeah, she's like goes "Yeah," and then like bonks her head into MC.
how okay, she must have done that on purpose. She just like
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
it's like you bend down and you're just like it's like when
Our
someone
Sayori's just really that clumsy.
it's like in school when you have a
The
crush.
classic is Sayori acting or not?
It's like that meme
Truly.
when you're in school and you have a crush and like you want to get their attention, so you drop your pencil. so you get,
True.
so they get it for you and they
Oh,
bend
yeah,
down,
that's-
you know.
Sayori, you already
right,
have his
yeah.
attention. You don't have to do that.
She just wanted
That's
to bump into
right.
him.
Yeah. So
Oh.
tense right now. Sayori clutches the desk beside her to support herself, and he's shaking.
Oh. Okay.
Whoa.
Why?
Yeah.
I'm a little clumsy today.
Let's sit down, Sayori.
Yeah.
I grabbed Sayori's arm and helped her sit at the desk. Oh. Giggity goo, alright.
Lots
Anyway,
of,
I still haven't read your poem.
lots of I never realized how much like physical interactions there are.
Contact. On
Yeah, like
day
physical
3,
contact,
Sayori
yeah.
Aura. First the waist grab, the waist grab out of the closet, so that
Yeah.
he could inspect her bump,
And then like the bump, and then
and
she,
Oh,
then
the
the
like,
whole
bump,
thing
and
with
then
day
the,
1 or
the
day 2.
arm hold.
the apple juice.
Yeah.
Hey!
Putting the apple juice on her head. And...
Day 2, and he was like buttoning up her.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. A lot of physical contact.
Mm.
Things are tense here. Anyways, I still haven't read your poem.
Oh! Sorry, I forgot about that.
Hey, this is bottles, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not as good as yours, as Sayori drops literally the best poem from the base game.
But she
Right.
dropped it?
Jeez, don't worry.
Oh no, you know what I
Oh.
mean.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I
Figurative
know.
drop. You like dropping the beat.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
okay.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll like it.
I think this one.
Hmm? Oh, I thought I did. Oh, geez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it.
Oh,
Bottles.
I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up, and in come my friends. And they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile beneath my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head.
Nice.
This
Great
poem is so it's so like
It uses its really, really nice imagery,
mhm.
especially at the beginning.
Yeah.
I like how it goes from a no rhyme scheme, no rhyme scheme for 7 stanzas, an AABB rhyme scheme for 4 stanzas throughout. It keeps a really rigid structure. Oh, then the third stanza is 3. I mean, it's 6. Then another 4. Then another 7. Then another 4.
I didn't even notice that. Wow.
It's this is a very like intense poem, I would say. Even though it makes me feel like this part right here, this is like I think very the feeling I get is like Sayori's like depression getting turned up, and like I sort of just like it's like this mental there's like this mental position that you're sometimes put into where it's almost like I don't know, it's kind of like you feel like you're being sort of like you're like a machine almost, like you're just running on you just keep running and like your brain is like running but you're not, like it's like nothing is going on. It's like just so much, I don't know. So there's just so much in this poem, honestly. I don't know.
I think it's a really interesting, dive into how Sayori is completely aware of how she helps her friends feel to improve their days, and how that's taxing on her, but she does it anyways because it's worth it. But how she also feels it's inevitable that she'll disappoint them because of her depression and self-hatred.
It's like these bottles are like the energy she has for her friends, I think, and she sort of like has them. She's like giving her energy, like every time she like she's passing these bottles to her friends, but like it's, I guess it's like really draining on her, and and then I think it also this reminds me of like I want to say alcoholism in a way, like even though it's probably not meant to be thought of. I just like how the way it's like I just drink. Where is it? There's a lot of lines.
Yeah, I don't think I really have anything to add on the poem. I think ChemistryCat kind of summed it up perfectly.
I like well, I guess maybe not but like the ending lines. It doesn't seem like she is upset exactly. There's like just this like tone or mood, I don't know, of like numbness. Like,
yeah, that's what it is.
She's given all that she has, and she has nothing left. She certainly has nothing left for herself, and she can't even help her friends anymore. And it's just like numb. It's just echoing. Yeah. Like there's this contrast between like the friends who are shouting and pleading, like they're desperate for help, or at least like she sees them as desperately wanting something from her. But like the speaker of the poem, who's probably Sayori, is just like numb at that point. So
I think what I was gonna say is just like how this line, like down comes the ball to save the day, is like the way that like I would hear like someone, if they have like a drinking problem, you know, it's like they use to numb their sort of like pain of like, or just numb their emotions, they sort of just keep drinking, you know. And it's like, you know, friend after friend, more bottles. It's like there's like an antisocial component to that, you know, like the more like alcohol, if you drink, the more you drink, like if you're alone, then like the more you lose your ability to like hold like your friends together, you know, like. And I could see someone sort of interpreting the poem that way, and I think it works pretty well. But yeah, I think that's kind of the main thing I think about when I read this one. Alright, so it looks like Mono is gonna have to go.
I guess we can continue to the end of the day, write the poem, then stop. Or continue.
Do y'all want to stop here? I feel like
we only got to record for like 40 minutes. I think we could just do the rest of day 3.
Hold on. I think maybe Amanita might be able to take his spot.
Yo, the sub-in?
Oh, okay, no, never mind. Yeah, I guess we can try to get to day 3, or sorry, finish. We can actually finish this day, and it'll be a good spot, you know. I'll just be MC, so. Okay. All right, holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this?
Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monica taught me a whole lot.
Oh, so see, so this is... She's been spending time with Monica. Or at least...
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm
least,
telling you.
uh,
Just and they were clubmates.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
And,
my
They were
god.
clubmates.
and I think
And
that
they were president.
Soulmate.
she's
Oh my god, they're
thoroughly
president.
happy.
Not yet.
That's true.
And,
I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
oh, okay.
I
so
wonder
there's
what
the-
Monica taught her though, and when
Yeah.
this would have happened.
I
Well,
probably before
we know it's
MC,
different than
yeah.
side. We know it's different than side stories because in side
Really?
stories,
He doesn't watch.
Sayori teaches Monica how to write poems. So that's I
Yeah.
think that's a little detail. That's a very interesting conflicting detail that proves that even trust can't happen in the base DDLC timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm putting my bet on like probably some either like it could have been honestly like the day before that, the day before this, like Monica was giving her tips to like write poems. and-
Yeah, because I think Monica was
She's
genuinely
giving her
trying
writing
to.
tips.
You know, Monica was genuinely still trying to be friends at this
Mhm.
point. Like she's just silently trying to butt her head in, and then pushing her up slightly. Because like Sayori's already super depressed inside to the point of having suicidal thoughts and side stories.
Yeah. And then now
It's a natural thing for.
this expression of being in touch with her feelings
Yeah.
is she's definitely alluding to her mental state, but I think it's not.
But she's been
She's
feeling
kind of like
really worse. It's mixed with the natural guilt she'd have for manipulating
mhm.
MC. Cause she even talks a bit about like that, about her feelings about being selfish towards hogging MC's time, what they could be spending with the others later. And she also, just
Yeah.
in general, Sayori's a really complex character.
And I feel like MC sort of notices something's gone on with Sayori. So. Oh, it's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy.
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it.
Dang. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up.
Yeah. Writing's the best.
She said Monica's the best, now she says writing's the best.
Monica is writing.
Monica.
I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Foreshadowing.
Oh, the foreshadowing.
Classic line.
The classic
And
foreshadowing.
she's so happy about it too. I feel like it's something that I don't know. It just doesn't feel like. I feel like Sarah wouldn't say this if she wasn't depressed. She wouldn't say this. I feel like, you know, it's almost like that coping.
I don't
of,
know.
like,
Maybe.
Serious?
I don't know.
I don't,
Sarah is
yeah.
pretty intense of expressing her happiness.
It's like a Freudian slip, you
Yeah.
know, when like.
It's also like a phrase, like just
Yeah,
saying
sure.
you really like something, you know?
Yeah,
It's just
like,
that
you
she's
do it,
expressing that she loves writing so much, she'll do it for the rest of her life.
Yeah, writing. Like also like people.
But
Talk,
of course, in the context of the story, it's absolutely a piece of foreshadowing.
and then I think the phrase.
I mean,
of, like,
she does.
Ooh, a poem
Wait.
never get finished.
Oh yeah, a poem
just
never.
stop moving.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Ahead of yourself? No, never mind. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Don't.
Don't.
Don't lose your
Have-
way.
What?
I'm just doing the Kill la Kill song.
Yeah.
Sayori always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later.
That's
Wonder-
I like that.
ADHD.
I like that.
Yeah,
phrase.
that is for sure. Like, yeah, it's like 88, like kind of an 88, something where you get really interested and like you just like go on to something else really soon after that. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. I mean, I
I
think
feel like there's a line that I saw recently, a screenshot of in Side Stories, where Monica and Yuri agree on something similar to that. Like, I
similar
don't know, I'll have to find what lines it is.
to this one getting
Like,
obsessed.
about, like, that they get, like, obsessed with things, but not, like, exactly. I don't know. I'll need
You'll
to
need to
find
go
that
back.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright.
Could you do Yuri for a bit? Cause I've just been talking for a long time because my character's just been on screen so much. Thank you.
Now we have Yuri on screen.
Wow.
Oh, she knows, look.
Oh,
Okay. Sorry. Is it my turn? No, that was bad, I'm sorry. This was kind of cringe. Let's see.
Excellent delivery.
Let's see how it compares to yesterday's. I see. It's a bit different. I respect you for trying different things, Salvador. Were you inspired by Natsuki's poem? Or Sayori's, perhaps? Well, I guess you could say that. Or, I guess you could say that. I thought so. I'm happy for you. You don't need to find inspiration in my poems. I write them for myself, not for anyone else. So I don't really need for people to like them or anything.
Yuri's being
my
so
God.
daring.
Yuri!
Yuri!
I'm sorry for being blunt, but you're overthinking this a little. Just because our styles are different doesn't mean I dislike your poems. In fact, if I tried to do something in your style, I would probably just do a terrible job. I see. I'm sorry. My stupid mind likes to do that sometimes. Anyway, you don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings.
That's an interesting thing to say.
I think, yeah, because they're...
First I was gonna say that that's interesting because that's what Monica says, like, all the times. If you keep writing in the same style, she'll be like, don't be afraid to branch out. That's what Yuri's saying here. And she says, don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. I think that's interesting for one of her later poems. But
yeah, the wheel poem. The wheel poem is about the gears, but the giant, giant machine, the turning and the, you know, the breathing and the holy stakes and stuff. Yeah, it's like,
me one wheel.
Me one haha funny wheel poem.
And then like,
I don't think it was that funny.
The wheel
yeah,
poem.
it was really more harrowing. I agree.
It's a very manic.
It was definitely wheel though.
It's like
it was wheel for sure.
It's an inside view of Yuri's mind, which is apparently like a wheel, or a wheel that's turning really, really fast. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have... well, an example of that, if you'd like to read it, of course.
Wait, the wandering, like, through your feelings, isn't that something that came up in Side Stories? Like, isn't that how, like, Sayori told?
I'm not super
I don't know. I don't...
It's
not that relevant.
Sayori describes poems as, like,
diving
into your own feelings and making something out of them.
It's like,
yeah, and she like tells Monica to like just write down what she's feeling, and so she tries, and she's like, no wait, I have to go back. She's like, no, just write down like what you're thinking, what you're feeling.
So it's supposed to be like,
and you can...
Side Stories, or maybe supposed to be like the opposite, or kind of like the
yeah,
instead of, like, other
it's
girls.
also It's similar to the Monica's like first writing tip, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Like you can clean
the
it up
puddle of ink.
later.
Yeah, it's the one where you just keep writing, right? And then because you don't want your you want to basically go with the flow and not get stuck. Don't be a perfectionist.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It is
Yuri
similar.
Palm
I don't
Time.
think it's the same because I think Yuri's advice is more like she wants you to be like an explorer and like you're exploring your own feelings and then
Yeah.
you're coming back from your exploration with this imagery, these metaphors to convey that. I
It's
guess.
the same message that poems allow you
Yeah.
to explore your feelings.
It's like a different way of saying it.
But yeah, Sayori just doesn't link it to any specific style when he makes that description.
You mean
of
Yuri?
what writing poetry is like.
Sayori or Yuri?
You Sayori in
Oh.
Side Stories.
Oh, okay. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. Alright, here we go. The raccoon. It happens in the dead of night. Sorry, I don't think I want to do it.
You don't have to. You don't have. You might. If
hold on,
it's
hold on.
easier for you to read, then you can just.
It happens in the dead of night.
You can read it in your standard voice instead of your Yuri voice.
No, I'm gonna try it. It happens in the dead of night. While I was slicing bread for a guilty snack, my attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious, well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken a following to me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Alright. Oh, whoops.
Raccoon is one for Yuri. Yuri's poems are usually take a lot of work to decipher. This one does not. It's very blatantly about about her cutting habit.
Yeah, her sort of like
Yeah.
some people say it's sort of like the way that like her anxiety is sort of like a release from stress, or some people say it's more like a kink.
I would say
a what?
Like
a kink.
Yes, like there's actually like
No,
apparently.
I know.
Okay.
I just.
She was just like, wait, what?
Always like, wait.
I'd like to think. I think it's definitely the way Yuri words it in Raccoon. I think it's the former, especially since he words the raccoon kind of like an intrusive thought. Like he was just cutting bread one day, and then she just got the thought. So like, either she cut herself on accident once, or she was just using a knife, and then she just thought an intrusive thought just came in. She entertained that idea, and it just kept going more and more. And she's just
it's like
comfortable with the idea
it's
of
like that.
self-harm now instead.
It's like in Act 2 when she's like, you know, it's like she almost gets when she gets excited, she sort of just can't control her emotional, like her urges and stuff, and that's sort of like reflected in the poem, like of her just when she starts, she just keeps going, like because she has to like, I guess, release all of her. It's like, you know, like when you start something, you might as well finish. It's sort of that kind of like idea, but for her, it's like with her emotions, like, and so I kind of interpreted it as well as like MC being the raccoon, and like he's like wandering into Yuri's life because he's just joined a literature club, and Yuri's giving him this book, right? And like she's kind of testing the waters a little bit, like seeing what he likes, and I think it makes more sense for that interpretation if you write for Yuri, I guess, but I think it still kind of works. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward poem, I think.
She
Oh,
says
sorry.
that she says that her like the enticing beauty of my knife was a symptom. Says it's a symptom, like it's a sign that she's sick or something.
Yeah. She knows
She's
it's wrong.
yeah. Definitely,
And then
yeah.
the bread
I have
was
seen some
yours,
people
right?
say like it could be like what she says, like just for any guilty pleasure of hers, like even if
Yeah.
that's just like her collecting knives, but
Yeah.
some of the other wording makes me think that that's not true, especially like the rush of blood at the end, and the fact that she calls the raccoon an urge and not an interest or something.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Pretty much a big intrusive thought for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like she's like there's a lot of I guess I wanted to point out there's like this in DDLC there's a lot of animal metaphors, you know, like Natsuki has the eagle poem, and then like there's the raccoon for Yuri, and then I think there's what else there is there? I think Monica, what was Monica? Does she have any? For like, oh yeah, she's like, no, that's the feather. I was thinking the feather from the lady who knows everything, but that's not an animal. It's like just like
it could come. It came from an animal.
yeah, it's part of one of it. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything to add for that, but yeah, I think Yuri's word choice is pretty. She probably would say like, if it was like an urge. Or if it was an interest rather than an urge, she probably would have not put urge in. But yeah. So
yeah, the word choice is extremely important for
she's like
Yuri
highly.
specifically.
She's
Yeah.
highly
Also,
articulate.
she says
Oh, sorry.
the raccoon becomes hungry more and more often. We've become
Yeah.
accustomed to each other, not like
Mhm.
she's enjoying this. It's not. It doesn't seem like it's something. It seems like something she's dealing with rather than something she's like enjoying.
Yeah, she has like an addiction to using
It could be both.
Yeah.
It could be. I mean, it could be both because you could be
her-
addicted to something that you like. You know, like even
You
though.
can also be addicted to
Yeah,
something you don't
but
like. Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't seem like, at least like it started as something that she liked.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
Yeah.
I don't
She was
know,
just
like if I was talking
curious.
about a hobby of mine, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I've come accustomed to this hobby, and I wouldn't call it an urge.
Mhm.
Some people,
I don't know, maybe I would.
some people would describe things like that, and those people are League of Legends players. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh yeah.
You know.
No,
Yeah. I mean,
not League of
no one
Legends.
No one plays
League of
so-
Legends free on the
What?
PC.
Wait, what is? I don't even know what that is. But yeah, so
League of Legends,
Yuri,
the MOBA?
wait, MOBA?
The MOBA?
What's MOBAs?
What's that?
Is that like a mother of all ballistic?
Oh yeah, it's just like Among Us. There we go. That's what it's
Among
like.
Among
Us?
Us? MOBAs.
Among Us?
A MOBAs?
Among Us.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the Among Us in the stream in the Twitch Rights DDLC?
Among Us. Oh yeah, Among Us in real life. Yes.
Among
I think
Us.
about Twitch Rights DDLC constantly, TBH.
True. It's
Okay.
beautiful.
You know what I was thinking? Also, the raccoon could be like, what if Monica's also already messing with Yuri at this point, and like, that's why she said, like, the urge is becoming more like prevalent for her. You know, that might be just her, Monica, just turning it up the dial.
No, it
Just
seems
a-
kind of
just
like
a-
Yuri's talking about a really long
Experiment.
period of time
Okay.
with this, and generally just the increasing dependence on it to soothe her mind. And I think Monica does explicitly say she only starts messing with Natsuki and Yuri late in
Yeah.
Act 2.
There's also like the meta, the way I see Yuri is like, she like writes, like Monica writes through Yuri. Actually, well, Monica like writes through all the characters. This is sort of like a weird, I don't know how, it's not easy for me to like explain,
Weird
but it was
interpretation.
kind of the
a
idea.
non-standard interpretation.
Well, it's non-standard, but it's also just like, a meta way of looking at it is that like Monica, since she's like self-aware and everything, she sort of has her hands on the game already, and like she's also writing through these girls because ultimately these girls are also Monica because the game is Monica, and so like that's why.
Are we Monica?
Everyone is Monica.
We're Monica too. But I think like from that last poem, what was it? Or what is Yuri's first poem? Ghost Under the Light, you know? It's like the same idea, like except for this one, the raccoon is like Monica is like Monica would be the person cutting the bread, and the bread is sort of like the resources in the game, and the raccoon is the player. Sort of, she's like testing the player, you know, because she's this like hyper AI, like super AI, and to her, like humans are just like we're just like raccoons, you know. We're not anything special. We're just like a little, like we're like pets almost, I guess you could say. But alright, let's continue, because I don't want to get too much time on that one poem. Alright, I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right, it's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. So right there, she's like saying like one of her hobbies, I guess, is related to this poem. And I don't know.
She says it's about a hobby.
It's probably about her knives.
Yo, cutting it myself is sick. That's such a fun hobby. So true.
She says it's a hobby, but nothing in the poem
I mean,
suggests that it's a hobby.
She's trying.
Like it's something she enjoys.
She doesn't want people to realize it's about cutting.
Yeah.
She says it's about a hobby.
I guess.
A general hobby.
It's an unusual hobby.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. And don't you have anything like that, Subaru? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do, is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Alright.
She would probably hate herself?
Probably.
Like she doesn't have self-esteem issues?
Yeah, she's the most self-esteem in the club besides Monica, right?
True.
Also, I like...
She's so confident.
She's like...
Embrace her own weirdness. Yuri is a weirdo.
Yeah.
Yuri is weird. She's a weirdo.
She's
Have you ever seen her without that stupid clip in her hair?
She's self-aware.
That's weird.
I heard she likes spiders.
Oh.
No, that's messed up if true.
No. Yuri she doesn't like spiders.
She likes spiders.
She likes Natsuki.
Bro!
Yeah. Alright, so Natsuki or the one that shall not be named.
Oh man, I can't say her name anymore.
Yeah, I always like saving Monica for last on these.
Tsundere or Squid Girl.
Tsundere.
Tsundere, alright.
Tsundere plane. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. And I can't really say it's any better either.
Phew.
Huh? Phew, what?
Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical.
Hey, what makes you? Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Aha! Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. I love how sure she is of herself. She's
I love
like,
how she turns
"Shit."
like she like turns so fast.
Polsky, I don't think you're supposed to say that out loud.
She's really funny.
Well,
Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday.
she's like so proud of her. She's like so smug right here.
Well, it's that good old, it's that confidence. She has so little confidence, but it's all fun, you know?
Yeah, that's something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point.
Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday.
You think so?
Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type.
Natsuki, matchmaker?
Natsuki not shipping MCX
She's
Sayori.
not.
Oh no, the
What is-
subreddit's gonna kill her.
What is wait,
No.
what does she ship though?
No, I think Natsuki does ship them later.
Later.
Sayori has a type? What was that?
She was like, wow, I didn't expect that.
Her archetype. She has the Dere, right? Or no, it's the what is the little
That's
sister?
Yuri's the Dairy Dairy.
Yeah, okay,
No,
yeah, it is.
Yuri
No,
isn't
no.
even a Dairy Dairy. She's a Kudere.
Kud-
Sayori's a
No,
Genki
yours
girl.
is Dandere.
She's Dandere. I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
I get mixed up.
Anything
with
is
that one.
Dairy.
Dandere. I think
and-
Sayori is Dere.
Sayori's also a funny Genki girl gaming. Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? Like she's dragging around a dead weight.
She's so
She
mean.
shouldn't go for you. She should go for someone else. So
She's
true,
like-
bestie.
I feel like it's the
Natsuki knows.
classic
Natsuki
tsundere.
knows.
That was a- Oh, that was a little unnecessary, but think of it this way: if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away, like letting go of a letting go of a balloon. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way.
Whatever. I don't get it.
Yeah, he makes it sound like they're a thing when he describes it that way. He's like, we take care of each other in our. It's like they're like a married couple. And like they all like take care of their own stuff, you know.
Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Like spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. She likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. Please, gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. I'm gonna tell everyone.
Yeah, good job. Alright. So, this one, it's funny because like there's a whole headcanon. There's like Amy. This one poem caused people to like think that there's another person like not in the club named Amy, you know, in the school somewhere.
Yeah,
But I think
Amy's a
Yeah.
cute band design.
yeah, I think personally I feel like she's
I hear she likes spiders though.
Can't stand that.
Yeah,
That's,
well,
that's gross.
so
Icky, gross, wriggly
no,
spiders. Yeah.
spiders are cool. Like tarantulas. Have you ever held one? You know, it's like really
No, I haven't.
hairy,
Actually,
and
haven't. No.
they have like 8 eyes. I think is it 6 eyes or 8? I think 6 eyes.
8 eyes. Yeah.
6
Spiders
legs.
have 8 eyes.
6
Whoa,
legs.
that's more than 3.
Yeah, it is.
Whoa! Even more than 4.
And they also have 8 legs. Just so you know. So like double the amount.
Please, no more.
All right, so
Say it's not so.
uh, so who wants to
Crazy.
interpret this first? Or does anyone want to just comment on it? I think
I've seen a couple interpretations of this poem online.
I think the most common is that Yuri is Amy. Like it's the metaphor of like Yuri. She wants to get to know Yuri, but like I don't know. Yuri's sort of like this. Like she Natsuki knows Yuri's kind of weird and like she doesn't want to get to know her that well, but like I don't know. She still wants to be friends.
I think this is one of the few poems that is explicit. That isn't just like interpretation, but its author explicitly says what it's about.
Yeah.
Natsuki, like right after in the text where she's writing the author, the voice of the poem, as someone who's clearly a bad or mean person, and that Amy is her and spiders are manga. This lends credence to she has lots of friends thing. I mean, Natsuki had that group of friends in side stories, for instance. And in this timeline, she wouldn't have ditched them, you know. So she'd still have them. But the whole point is she's ranting about how people hate her or are mean to her just because she's into manga. And that's very similar to what Raccoon is about, at least the way Yuri described it, which is part of what gives them the idea to write a poem with the same theming on day 3.
Yeah. So those are like 2 of the interpretations that I was thinking of, which are kind of similar because like they're both about someone being judged for a hobby, although I don't think Natsuki would put herself in the place of the speaker of the poem because obviously like this person is very biased. And she definitely wouldn't like consciously write about herself as being really biased towards someone. But there's also like the interpretation of this about a closeted like lesbian person, or it could be that it's not from the speaker of the poem isn't a girl at all, but like with that interpretation the speaker does seem to have romantic feelings towards Amy. She has a cute singing voice. She's singing a love song specifically. Yeah.
I think
the heart would pound.
To the rhythm.
That really does seem like she's having the speaker of the poem has a crush on Amy, which has some evidence for like people who ship Natsuki and Yuri, like thinking that maybe Natsuki is Amy here and Yuri. I mean, Natsuki's the speaker and Yuri would be Amy. Could also be like in general, it's like a closeted speaker trying to deal with their feelings, or I don't know, like that stint is definitely like worth talking about. And it just depends on what like reading you go with.
I think I've seen a really cool fan interpretation that had it be that spiders were a metaphor specifically for Yuri's cuts, as in Natsuki saw them once and she's scared, you know. I think that's a really interesting way to look at it, and potentially I think
her hands
there's
are
a
probably
big
gross.
plot line like in thematic theme in Natsuki's character arc in both the base game and side stories, that she's a bit of a hypocrite, especially in regards to Yuri's whenever she dunks on Yuri's interest. So I think that dual meaning of Amy is Natsuki and the speaker is Natsuki are both true.
Mhm.
Dan is very intentional when he writes stuff like this. So I could definitely see that being an intended thing.
Yeah, it's also, I kind of see like this, whoever is like the speaker, I guess, of this one is sort of holding that one thing against Amy, and like it's like it's like an ultimatum, it's like she can't associate, but just because of this one thing, and it doesn't say in the poem it's spiders, but explicitly we don't know if it's like she's actually referring, like what she's actually referring to, and I think it's just a strong poem because it sort of shows this Natsuki situation is like, and like how in high school, like friends sort of like, if you're friends with, you have a friend group, right? Then like eventually sometimes friend groups like split apart because of, friends get into different things, in high school. Like that's when like, I feel like in elementary school it's a lot easier to be friends with people because everyone's just kids, and like when you get to high school it becomes a lot harder to maintain your friendships because, some friends they go into different classes, or they have different interests, or they start doing stuff that you wouldn't do, having like, maybe they get into like I don't know, they get into stuff that you wouldn't, think normally it's against their morals or something, but yeah, it shows a lot about Natsuki's sort of like high school situation too, in that regard. And then I also kind of have a meta interpretation of this one, and that Amy is actually Monica, because like Monica, at the end of the game, Monica sings that song, and her voice is kind of like this cute singing voice, right? And then it's also talking about Amy here, like
Natsuki aware the whole time? The Monosuke
no,
canon too?
it's an unconscious like.
I
writing.
know.
Pretty base.
I know. I was
Pretty
just
basic.
doing a little joke, a jape,
Yeah, and then like she sings the chorus, "My heart would pound," and it's like the song is called. Oh, never mind. I was thinking of the Doki Doki at the beginning, where it's like when you launch the game, it's like.
Monosuke base?
Monosuke
Based on
base?
what? Based on
on-
what?
Based on what?
Based on what? Based on the tsundere archetype. All right.
That's just Natsuki. What about demonic?
Natsuki.
Not bad, right?
It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's.
Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk.
Do you know people like that?
True.
Of course, it's about how everyone thinks my
What's she gonna say? Wait. I hope she gets to say it right here. And then hope no
my
one
Fortnite skills suck. That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. She almost slips and says
I know.
it. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they make fun of you or think less of you.
Yeah, see, it does help. This was like an overlap with Yuri's message, or what Yuri talked about. So much overlap here.
But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy?
I love how blunt she is about like what she thinks. It's like she's very frank. And
This is
just
a pretty much
direct.
in a meta commentary about how a lot of people are just rude about whatever people like, or for no reason.
Yeah.
I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things.
Yeah, some people, they tell me I can't even play DDLC without getting, like, shunned by their family.
It's ironic since
Tell
that's
me?
people being mean.
Yeah.
It's literally proving one of the points of the game, one of the messages
Yeah.
the game has.
I think someone told me that their parents think that it's like anime is like associated with like the devil or something. I'm like, what the heck? It's like sort of that, like, I don't know. It's sometimes people just go overboard with what they limit, you know, or what they think about stuff they don't know about, you know. It's like they're too quick to make judgments about stuff they don't understand, or they haven't even tried, I guess, for that matter. So yeah, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today.
Did you say Yuri?
Yep, she said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about these things.
Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies.
And she's actually, like, kind of...
The blush? The blush?
Yeah, she's kind of like... I wonder what she's thinking about, honestly. Okay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
She's feeling...
Like, at this point, she's, like, thinking in her head,
it's
like,
the tension,
oh my
you know?
god, am I Amy too?
The
I mean, am I the speaker of the poem with Yuri? She's, like, having a moment of self-reflection.
It's like her belief about her own poem is, like, clashing with, like, what she's saying right here.
She realizes
Yeah.
it's not like I would judge her or anything.
Natsuki has trouble finding words.
I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson.
Well, I would say so. Even her writing style is really different. I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem.
What I do best, after all. I don't like her writing unless there's a good message to take away from it.
She bounces right back. I like it.
Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel.
Whoa. She's like...
Dropping knowledge bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it.
Low-key kind of sassy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's got that sassy, confident front.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yo, Monica! Holy shit.
No, we're done.
Oh, there's only one choice left.
There's no one left.
Okay.
I don't see any. Oh,
There are no more
look,
poems.
there's no one
There are
here.
no more poems.
There are no more poems. Why are you still in the
There's
club?
no one
Go
here.
home.
The poems are gone. Leave.
What if the chair's poem?
The chair.
Close the
The
chair!
chair.
Close the chair. Hi again, Salvato. How's the writing going?
All right, I guess.
I'll take that.
She'll take it. Wait, what? What does that mean?
I'll
Okay.
take that.
That's a weird thing. Okay.
As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy to. I'm heart. I'm happy that you're replying yourself. I can speak. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece.
I wouldn't count on that.
You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today?
No. Sure, here you go. I give my poem to that girl.
Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. All right.
Oh,
It's pretty good.
she was processing the
It makes me think of Sayori, like the other one that you wrote.
the .text file.
You two are like the dynamic duo.
Oh.
Like Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
That's
They're
kind of
true.
exaggerating a bit.
Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her, even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy.
I'm not shy. It's just...
I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone. But Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. You look so serious about it. And you can talk to me every now and then, too. I'm not, like,
Uh-oh.
unapproachable or anything, am I?
No comment.
No comment.
Interesting.
MC?
Interesting.
Ah, no.
Who's-
It's nothing like that. Da da da. I think Dan Salvato, I like his commentary when he talked about, like, literally, he's like, literally, I can't approach you. It's like true in a meta sense, like, as the player,
It's just true.
Monica's in a different reality from us, and like we can't literally walk through the screen and into the classroom, you know.
Yeah.
And Monica can't do that to us either. She
and-
can't walk into our rooms because that would be
You
infringing,
also can't approach her in the game.
trespassing.
No
Yeah,
poems.
and MC can't approach either. Just because
Yeah.
like the game itself not having that built into it, and then like, but also in the game, not just the base game, but like where she's the guide character, and the guide character is not a non-romanceable character because they're just meant to help the player pick the girl they want to go with, and then from the game's like actual game perspective, Monica, since she actually just broke the script, you can't approach her in that sense either because MC relies on the script to be intact in order for him to actually progress through the game, and Monica broke that, so it was kind of like inevitable almost that she can't be approached from any perspective. I'm just still getting used to being here. That's all.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that.
Oh, and also MC is just
She kinda did.
Kinda did.
MC is just also not confident enough, I think, or he's just not. He thinks that Monica's out of his league. So if you ever, there's actually a movie called She's Out of My League, and if you've seen that movie, it's like this guy, he really likes this girl, but he consistently in his mind is telling himself that he can't be with her because she's just too, she's just too
good
much.
for me.
He's
I'm
too good
bad
for me.
for her.
And then people, so they take that seriously. Like, it's like they beat themselves up in their head. Like, it's like I'm too low for this person, and like it's a common thing. I think that I feel like it's I don't know. I haven't really thought too much about it, but I feel people shouldn't beat themselves up like that. If someone likes them and they like them back, but they don't want to like be with them for that kind of reason, I feel like that's like I don't know. I feel like it's like not a good reason to like to like limit yourself that way. Don't worry. I get what you're saying.
Well, alright. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this turned out, so I hope you do too.
Alright, let's take a look.
Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaningless. Load me.
Yeah.
One is Monica's
What the thing
trademark.
was missing?
That trademark structural play with the giant space.
Yes.
before there's so, and I like the implication that she says noise, but there's the use of the space to show the noise that drowns out the poem itself, so you literally don't see it say noise.
Yeah.
And of course, the length also makes it an endless poem of meaningless nothingness, and then nothing.
And the load me at the
The
end is like,
It's really clever.
this is like Monica
the
message to the player, you know, like come back and load the game or save the game, load the game, you know, because at the top it says save me, like, yeah, so that's the
difference
meta.
between the
Go.
visual noise up in the first stanza and then the noise like as in what you hear. Red, green, blue, like referring to how computers produce color, and like the sine, cosine, tangent, the sound.
Yeah.
RGB.
The colors are flashing, expanding, and piercing. The noise is squeaking, screeching, and piercing. The same piercing. Seems very painful experience, and though it's different, it's like so much of the same.
Yeah.
And the meaningless, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. You can't do either of those things.
And they would make
There also is
really
like an
weird
implication of
noises.
music, though.
Well, it's like
There's like the implication of music, because like obviously you play the vinyl on a turntable, but
yeah, I think it's just this
yeah,
alluding to like
it's just nonsense and
it's just like
it's painful noise.
it's just supposed to be like a dream, I think. Like, you know how in dreams things can sort of just get like turned illogical in a way that, but it still kind of makes sense. Like, and it's this like swap right here. It's supposed to be like playing a vinyl on a turntable and playing a, well, I guess now a chalkboard. You can't play a chalkboard on a pizza crust, but I think the vinyl and turntable go together, obviously. There, and this, I think that's the reference. Like, if you do start the game without the files present, you get that static, and like that's the turntable sound playing. Just like without any record actually there, without any vinyl there. Or sorry, it's
Also,
not the, if
Have
it
you
gets
guys
to the,
ever played? Have you guys ever heard nails on a chalkboard?
pain.
Pain.
It's very unpleasant.
I think
Record
it's,
player on
This
a
isn't
chalkboard would be even worse.
Have you ever heard of vinyl
chalkboard on a
pizza
record
crust?
player. Yeah, that'd be terrible because it'd be constant.
It's
I
clearly
think that would sound pretty piercing.
Yeah. Monica describes what this poem is about later. It's the sensation that she feels whenever the game's turned off, and that's implied with the save me, load me, as in when you turn on the game, you're gonna load your file, and that saves her from this endless cacophony and blinding lights.
I was thinking of like, this is kind of like a nightmare for her in a way that she's experiencing this, or like and then she can't really get away from it because it's like we have to sleep, right? Like you can't live without sleeping, and so it's like whenever she goes to sleep, she always has to confront this nightmare of like this horrible, static and noise, sounds, and.
Do you think they need sleep? Like in the game?
They just T-pose in their beds instead of sleeping.
In the game,
they think they're
imagine
sleeping, but they're not.
They're actually all vampires, so no.
Oh, true. They just
Well,
sleep because they want to. They're bored.
I don't know. It just seems like.
Well, are you asking seriously, or?
It seems like they have like bodily functions, and like Sayori like eats when she's hungry, and like they have.
I would say yes.
I mean, they're like able to
sleep.
Like the end of Act 1 and like Act 2, like that's able to happen. So like they clearly have like bodies. So like, do they not? I wonder like if like. Did Monica sleep at all, like, during this entire time? Like,
Monica...
I would...
Girl, help, I'm dying of a caffeine overdose.
If Monica doesn't... Oh, that's why she's having these nightmares, because she's not sleeping. She's just, like, having these, like, seizures.
Monica! Money!
Yeah, like, she says, like, she can't sleep, because this is what happens.
When you become
she describes
aware.
This as being instantly put to sleep, but, like, this is clearly not rest.
Sale's like, Monica, you need to rest.
The noise. Alright, I think we're good with this one. It's even more abstract than your last one.
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I never really seen before, I guess.
I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. Still hard for me to tell what it's about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. Conversation time. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something.
Oh yeah, she broke the fourth wall. Kind of.
She's saying that this poem is a conversation with the reader.
Yeah.
She's saying this poem is a conversation, like,
it's a self-referential.
literally save her.
It's like a self-referential.
It's a message for help. It's a call for help.
Yeah, like a fractal.
Yeah.
But like... Sorry, I'm skipping. I think we're here. Yeah, like...
Wait, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say...
Sorry.
I think I was gonna say about this expression of a feeling. You know, like... This reminds me of Act 2, you know, when Yuri's like... I can't... She's telling MC, she's like, she can feel something around her. She's like, whenever Monica's around, I feel like there's something sharp, you know? And it's like, what if that's the physical expression that... Or sorry, that's like the feeling that Monica's just... She's off the wire, or she's off the cuff, and she, like, that's her, like, taking the knife, you know, and like making that feeling embedded into Yuri's mind, you know, of like something's gonna, you know, stab me at any moment. That's the... I don't know if that's what is meant by that line, but I feel like cause like, you know, in Save Me Part 2, it's like playing a knife on a breathing ribcage. It's sort of that, like, Monica's expression, I guess. I don't know. There's probably something there. I just probably I don't have it thought out, though, so I can't really comment too much. So, oh yeah, just let me go back to the...
Oh, it's time for this tip. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day.
You may think you have to delve
sometimes...
to write a poem. I love that Mets. That Mets. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Mets.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, sometimes you might find yourself facing a difficult decision.
Oh.
When that happens, don't forget, sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision.
Sorry.
When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen.
Oh.
Wait, is this tip? Is this tip even about writing? Tip?
Yeah.
Tip? It's called a tip.
What am I even talking about?
She dissociated. No, I'm just...
Dissociating in the middle of my writing tip.
That's my advice for today.
Yes.
Thanks for listening.
So I actually want to say, like, this reminds me of, if you ever have a lucid dream, right before you have a lucid dream, like, if you're having a non-lucid dream, it's like, you start to notice when things aren't really adding up. You know, it's like, wait, this is not how this should be going. This is what it reminds me of. Like, Monica's about to have a lucid dream here. Even though it's not a dream, it's like reality in her world. So she's like about to become like enlightened or something. I don't know. Whatever the equivalent
I think she's been enlightened the whole time.
Well, she's becoming... I don't know. She's like... you know, she's...
Wait, so do you think, like, she genuinely means that? Like, she's genuinely asking, like, wait, is this even about writing? Because I thought that was,
you realize he's like, wait, this is just a game tip.
Okay, it's either she's joking and like she's being ironic here, or she's actually like kind of catching on to like what she's actually saying in the script from her being this.
I thought that she was just joking
Oh.
within the context of like what's actually happening in the game now. Although like maybe in a hypothetical
Probably.
game where it was always just Monica as the tutorial character, I feel like that tip could have also been there even if she wasn't self-aware, just as like a haha fourth wall.
Yeah, that's true.
This is not a haha fourth wall game. This is a uh-oh.
I think that
A 4-4 game.
this is a fifth wall game. I think the idea.
Did you know you can break the fifth wall?
Idea. Oh,
That's right. I'm
no,
not
don't do it,
you
don't
are
do
a
it,
dimensional
no.
being.
No, you don't want the fifth wall beings to come and break into our reality and start changing our emotions and stuff. So don't break it, you know. Or because they can.
Sorry, I couldn't.
Take it up with Denzel Bato.
Denzel Bato.
Daniel.
That's so
Daniel
sweet. That's so
Samuel.
sweet.
Yo, it's Daniel Samuel.
Oh my gosh, Dab Salvato.
That's
Okay,
so
everyone. We're
I
all
can't- it's
done
my
reading
headcanon.
each other's poems, right?
It's a common headcanon, like Dan, he's like the dad of all the girls, you know, because he wrote them, you know, so he's kind of like the creator.
It's
and,
literally,
like,
it's so funny to say it like that. It's
like their
so,
dad.
it's so funny to me,
His
like
daughters.
Monica. It goes with the undermining. Like a common joke I have in my head is like, oh, I came from like one of the girls being like, I came from a world where literally the most important thing to me was like whether or not I could get a boyfriend. High school can be so difficult. And then in that same vein, like, oh yeah, my time in high school was pretty rough. My dad wouldn't let me get a boyfriend, and I like was not cool with that.
Yeah, I love the Monica Dan memes are so funny. It's like
Anyway,
father daughter, like gatekeeping almost.
wait, I have more memes along that vein. I might send the dad memes. I alternate in my jokes, referring to Dan as God and referring Dan as Monica's dad.
Wait, does that make Monica Jesus?
Yeah, she is.
Interesting.
Game theory would agree.
She's the daughter. Jesus is the son of God. Monica's the daughter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
We're all done.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
I was also gonna say comment on. I just think cause she could have been serious, like when she's like, "Oh, is this even about writing?" Because like, yeah, there's an idea that Monica is like She's not fully sentient yet, you know. She's like progressively ramping up over the course of the
Oh
game.
no, she's seen the way she describes things happening in Act 1. She knew like she became fully sentient like as soon as the club was official.
She became.
Yeah, like
Well, she got
or even
connected,
before that.
But she.
What I think.
I think that.
I don't know.
I don't think of it as like.
I
a
don't know. I have
binary.
seen that a lot more recently though. Like Monica gradually becomes self-aware.
I think the
but like I don't
sentience
get
is
that vibe.
like. I don't think it's
Think
like
sh-
a binary. I think it's like a spectrum of like intelligence, and like she's catching on as the game's going on, because she can't. I feel like she can't take it in all at once, you know, because that's like, you know, when Sayori, if you make her the president by deleting Monica's file, like she sort of freaks out. I think that's kind of what would happen to Monica, but for some reason she, like, her brain is like slowly taking in this like sentience of knowledge of like the world, and like she's becoming more aware of like the variables and other stuff that affect the world in the game. So, but all right, let's continue. We're almost done with this third day.
We got the part of the game that even Dan says, yeah, it kind of drags.
Yeah, I thought that was the next day. Or is it this day?
No. This is the day where they all recite their poems for the festivals, like yada yada yada.
Oh yeah. All right, let's go, Monica.
I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
Ah, do we really have to do something for the festival?
She's a Natsuki's kind of a buzzkill, honestly.
Not like
She
we can
seems
put together
worried.
anything good in just a few days.
Yeah, she can seem like
Her
got a
expression
point,
looks
though.
worried
She's
instead
like-
of
she's
annoyed.
like genuinely concerned. Yeah.
We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations.
Don't worry so much. Wow, Yuri's cured. We're going to keep it simple, okay?
Just don't worry, forehead anxiety.
Just don't
cure.
worry.
Oh, I think.
Just don't worry.
Yeah, Monica is the one.
It's like that song, like, Overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed so easily. So just don't get overwhelmed.
Forehead.
She has
So
that
true.
that Sayori like equalizer. You know, she's like the one who she takes on other people's emotion. She like makes other people relax. You know, she's the like the what is it like the candles of the club, the scent of like relaxation, the aroma of therapy, the aromatherapy of the club, I guess.
Aroma of.
Sorry, that was so awkward.
No,
Aromatherapy club. Aromatherapy club.
Yeah,
Can't wait for Aromatherapy Club.
My favorite.
I think in Monica
video
before.
James.
Is it Monica before story
Who's James?
where they
The video. I don't know.
video James?
Video James.
Who's who's James?
My grandpa's name is James. It was his birthday yesterday.
Yo!
Happy.
Yo!
Oh wait, never mind.
Double.
Maybe that was too much personal information to give out.
Oh. Yeah.
No, we're combing through all James.
We're gonna have to delete
Birthdays on the 26th of
we're gonna have to
February.
delete this video, and we're gonna have to start over because you revealed that. So.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh well.
It's a hard knock.
We'll
life.
try again. All right. So yeah, I was gonna say it reminds me of Monica before story when they get to the club day or the festival day, and there's all those candles, you know, in the room, and
Yeah.
they it's like it's like dark lighting too. It's like
Yeah.
it is the aromatherapy thing.
I found out bad news about that art though. It was stolen.
Oh no!
How?
Like the
How
club
did-
background art was stolen, and I only
How?
found this out because I found the original fan art, and I was like, "Oh, this is the background from Monica Before Story." And the original artist saw my tags, and they were like, "The background in what?
Oh yeah, it is.
This is my art.
Uh oh.
I did not give them permission."
Oh gosh. No. I don't even.
It's
I'm
not
not,
okay.
I'm not even gonna say anything. About that.
Hello. Today we will do art theft.
Another reason for that mod to not come back.
Yeah, the reason the mod was removed. That's not even the reason the mod
I
was
know.
removed from r/DDLC
Yeah.
mods. Oh no!
Yeah.
All right.
Yay!
All right. So did we get this line, Monica?
No, we won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event.
That's great and all. That doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing.
Oh, and there. That might be another shot. Of Monica taking Sayori as like, you know, Sayori. Why didn't you tell them already? You know, it's like kind of like that passive aggressive. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I think it's also that they put
I mean, Sayori
like the
did tell
poster-
MC.
Yeah.
she's like, oh, I thought you might have heard us talking about it because they were talking about
Yeah.
it earlier on the previous day. Performing.
Performing. Oh, Monica.
Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too.
Imagine they just let like
She's so excited
they
about
let
it.
like Natsuki's friends come in and they just start like they just start like what is it talking shit about Natsuki. Like,
Okay, but this is
God.
like a high school poetry
Yeah,
performance event. I wonder if like it would be like, I will be performing a poem called, I don't know, whatever meme song would be around. What meme songs are popular in 2017? I don't know. Like whatever. Like someone comes up and is like, "I'm gonna be performing Creeper Aw Man," and they just do a dramatic reading of that.
Oh, I'm gonna do a dramatic reading.
Why did I say okie dokie?
No, that would break the fourth wall.
Aw, why can't we break the
I'm gonna
fourth
be doing
wall?
a dramatic reading of Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, my Gangnam Style.
And they start dancing.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Sayuri is putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time.
There she is. Oh, Sayori, who's been coloring the
Good
poster,
job, Sayuri, using the crayon.
holds it up for us to see.
Woo! Crayons.
Are you kidding me, Monica? The poster's in fucking crayons.
She's talking.
You're doing your best here, Natsuki.
You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you?
Uh-oh.
Eh?
Threatening.
Well, I did. How? How did she start putting the posters up?
Yeah.
They didn't have a surprise.
Shadow Clonjutsu. I'm not. Monica actually isn't in the room. She's just been running around the school.
This is fake Monica. The real Monica is out there.
There's a six club member.
Putting up posters at lightning speed.
It's the other club member we don't know about.
Amy!
The one in the closet. She's in the closet.
Amy.
She's the one she's always in the closet.
We can't see the chair! We cannot see the chair!
Yeah.
The chair's the one doing
Wait,
it.
yeah, we can't look. Oh, wait, never mind.
Because
Oh,
you're
Oh, yeah,
blocking
we
the
can't.
chair. The chair's the one doing it.
It's a chair.
The chair! My favorite character. Well,
Wait,
no.
you really think
not
it's that?
Oh, sorry.
Wait. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
No, well, no. It's not bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life.
She looks so intense about that.
Could never in my life do
I
something
didn't know Yuri
like
was
that.
camping. She's
Imagining
intense.
it. Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys.
Oh.
No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago.
Implying that.
It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people.
Natsuki and Monica, or sorry, Sarah and Monica share poems a lot, apparently.
It's done it in the past, yeah.
Sounds like
Yeah,
it.
does sound like
Besties.
it.
Absolute besties. So true.
I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But she looks so serious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club.
Ah,
Interesting.
only ones. Oh, like they're actually literally the only ones, because like.
Because they're all seniors. Once they graduate, they'll all be gone from the club.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking because they're
Yeah,
like. They're
also, I'm
actually,
like-
They're game files, and they're
They're
the only files in the game.
True. I think Monica really was excited about this. I think she's really
Yeah.
into her festival plans.
Yeah.
Like,
She says that she was genuinely
Hey.
hoping to find someone new for the club from the festival, and then
Yeah.
in Act 3, but then she postulates, I might have just ended up deleting them in the end. Anyways,
Well, I think the festival
like in her,
is
her
like,
in her denial, because she's in her
Yeah.
denial phase. She's like, you know, she's denying her guilt and not. She's like, yeah, whatever. When she clearly is
Yeah.
super guilty in Act 3.
I think the festival is like sort of like a metaphor for like this subversion of the game. You know, like because that's like when the game subverts.
The game ends.
The game
It's where the game-
subverts, but also it subverts your expectations the day of the festival when you see Sayori. You go to find Sayori, it's like this whole festival is just the event of the game. The game sort of like crashing into this, becoming this like psychological horror, you know? and like she needed the MC to be there, otherwise like, you know, it wouldn't her whatever the plans they have is like it won't come together, I guess. That's how I kind of see it in a way. You good?
I hope you like that noise, guys.
Are you okay?
If we start the
Funny noises.
if we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. He's the only one smiling.
Yeah.
And the
Everyone's,
more
like,
people
so
who
worried.
perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Sorry, what?
Yeah.
I'm
every-
sorry.
Other people show. We'll show
everybody-
them.
Natsuki looks
So
mad.
true.
Sayori's worried. Not that Yuri's kind of like griefing. I guess. Oh, now Sayori's. Yeah.
Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself. Whoa.
Sayori.
I see her eyes.
Well, she
Be
uses.
intimate with us.
She says intimate
Be
in,
intimate with
in the
us.
side stories, right? Doesn't
Yes.
she use that word a lot?
And
Okay.
then Monica's like, don't you think that's a little? She's like, it's a joke. I know what
Yeah.
I know the implication.
Yeah.
Sayori's based.
She is.
I think that should be the game description.
And
Be
having
intimate with
fun.
I
us?
think they should edit DDLC.moe
How do I-
to just say be intimate with us.
It's like,
Be
but,
intimate with us.
but
So it's the Metal War.
It's supposed to be
Sayori is
like-
taking over phase.
it's like a tease, you know.
Thank God. Thank goodness. I said thank God.
She's so.
Hey guys.
Having
That's. Oh, sorry.
That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with
Wait,
others?
The reasons. Oh, wait, the reasons are like they want to be intimate in the club.
Oh, true. Yep.
Oh.
Poly
I
Club.
want to be intimate in the
Poly-
club, yeah.
Poly
Poly Club confirmed, boys.
Yeah.
Pack it up.
They all want to be, yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. It's just true. It's literally just true.
Yeah.
What can I say? It's literally just true.
She just said it.
Literally canon.
Come on, I was asking to expand the polycule. Would you want
Guys,
to share that with others?
guys.
All right.
Monica is poking Natsuki's eye right now.
She's like brushing her
First
eyebrow.
you feed me your hair. First you feed me your hair. Now you feed me. Now you poke my eye out. What's with you, Monica? Ugh,
Nothing. Everything is normal.
help me. So true.
Alright, did we get this one?
Yeah.
Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do.
Oh,
I know we all
Yes.
do.
she does. No.
And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Wow, it sounds like someone who definitely did speech and debate.
She's like,
So true.
she's such a, she's like a cheerleader.
She has a words. She's a wordsmith.
She's like the, what is it called? The motivational speaker for the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
And then they're not saying anything, of course. So, yeah. I agree. Oh, sorry. I probably should have read those other ones. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Yuri looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a bit.
Well, maybe, but
Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left.
Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right.
Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice.
Ha! That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri.
Oh. This club is seriously going to be the death of me.
Yuri is aware? Is that
Uh,
favorite
true?
line.
yes,
Another
all-
classic line.
They're all aware.
Another classic foreshadow.
It's true.
Classic line. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri.
Uh-oh, she's looking away.
She
She's not looking at Yuri. That means
seemed confident in that.
she's lying. She knows.
You'll be fine, Yuri. Trust.
She knows Yuri's
I'll
not.
don't worry, Yuri's working on it.
You'll be fine. You'll
She
be
knows.
fine.
She already knows.
Like,
Yuri's done.
Literally nothing bad is gonna happen.
Yuri's-
I'm just not
Nothing
gonna.
bad.
I'm just gonna avoid eye contact.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Uh-oh.
let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
No way!
Monica. This is too sudden.
Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers?
No.
Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course.
She
Now,
wants to
let's
impress
see.
her.
Yeah.
So face.
Natsuki looks so mad. Okay.
So mad about
Yeah.
this.
Oh, Monica flips to
Monica flips her
her
notebook.
notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. Then she stands behind the podium.
The title of this poem is The Way They Fly.
Oh yeah, I've actually seen this poem. So there's some mods that actually,
Yeah,
they like.
I've seen some fanfics that translate these poems to
Yeah.
that makes these poems into actual
Uh-huh.
words too.
Ahem. Monica begins
Oh, sorry.
reciting her poem.
I'm tired. Monica begins reciting her. I was thinking of the mod. I think it was Forward Momentum, maybe. I can't remember if it was that one, but her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud.
Everyone has their eyes on Monica, but Natsuki's expression was not mentioned.
True.
Oh yeah. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
Just staring blankly like that was so good, Monica.
Thank you very much.
Sayori's like so shocked.
And he was like, Monica's so cool.
He's like he's in awe at the brilliance of
I was
her.
just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori?
Oh, whoops.
You missed the line.
Oh,
Yuri.
I'll go next. I'll go next. Sorry.
Oh, wow! Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
I'll go next. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri.
It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts to read the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she so suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back to reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered, even herself. It's up for me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat.
Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing.
Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Sayo.
I guess I'm next then.
Sayori hops off the chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow.
That's the one in the side story, right?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
No, so
It's only
this
the one
isn't inside stories, but I used to think that the poem that she recites,
Yeah, I thought that one was My Meadow.
I think that you got to like earlier or yesterday, the one where she's like explaining how they're
Yeah.
gonna recite poems to MC.
That one's in side
I thought
stories.
that was My Meadow because
Oh,
it
yeah,
like
it's
is
called
talking
Become
about
the Flower,
a
right?
barren field. So I was like,
Yeah.
I thought that it was the same thing, but then like that line showed up
Yeah, but
in
then it
side
became-
stories.
yeah,
So I
It's
wonder
yeah.
like if
Become the
other people
Flower.
thought that too, though.
Yeah, I think they
It
did.
was Become
That-
the Flower,
Yeah.
yeah.
Here's how they can still be the same poem.
Here's how. Wait, go to history. You're accidentally clicking one more. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled.
Sayori.
A lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily?
Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. What are
Oh, what?
the contents of the poem though? Because I'm not. Now that I think about that, there's a chance that this poem is not very happy, so maybe it's not the best place to like say that Sayori is saying this to herself in her own head.
She's not saying
That
it's
might
happy
be
or
subtle.
otherwise. I think it's just delivery. Like writing to yourself is the truest writing.
Yeah.
As said earlier, so it's just like Monica's saying that just deliver it how you wrote it, how you were feeling when
Yeah.
you wrote it, because that will probably work the best. She's not saying it's happy otherwise.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, but I was like thinking like that's how I would have like taken it. I was just thinking like now for the first time, like maybe I don't know, like maybe it's not something that she would want to imagine saying to herself in her head. Like I know it's just like on one level it's just Monica saying like
Yeah, or she could be just.
don't get worried about like
Or she.
performing it for other people.
You know,
just, like
could-
say it how
she
you
could
would
have-
say it. But like it's also
It's also like a nod at like, you know, like Monica trying to get into Sayori's head.
Yeah.
So like she could be saying it like, imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. No, that's probably that. It's like too. It's too. That'd be
I don't
too
know.
much. You know? It's like,
I don't know.
or she could be like kind of like snarky, like, or in your own head, something like that.
Well, I don't know.
She's
Like
just
say
being
if it's, like,
nice. I
something
think she's
like
genuinely being nice at this point.
the thing is okay.
I just have
Here
this
we go,
idea of
here-
like dark Monica, you know, like being evil as possible with every line.
I don't think she's like being evil. Just I
Imagine
don't-
reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head.
Actually, it'd be kind of funny if I just started reading all of Monica's lines as if they were evil. But
I mean,
no, I was thinking
you
like
could, if you
like I
want.
was like I don't know, up until this point I like thought of that line as just like saying it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
I
lot
don't know,
of
it's
like,
the in your own head part. Like recite it like you're saying it in front of a mirror is like that's just good advice. And I do think like on the surface that is just what she's doing, but I don't know, maybe there's another level to that cuz like if she was like reading bottles or something, like saying that to herself in her own head isn't good advice really, cuz that's saying like you're going to disappoint your friends. I don't know, like I just think like maybe there's another layer there. I don't think she's like being
Probably.
intentionally super evil though.
Yeah, I think that goes for a lot of what Monica's doing in Act 1.
Yeah.
Well,
That adds a lot more depth to her.
the
too.
mirror. I feel like the mirror wouldn't work for Sayori either, because like I think if you're if you're depressed, you kind of don't want to look at yourself because you're kind of your image reminds you of yourself when you're like if you're already depressed, you know, it's like you don't want to see yourself almost because you know that it's like you're in a low spot. You don't want to look at yourself, you know. It's like you can't stand yourself almost, so you don't want to see yourself more by looking in the mirror. I guess that's kind of.
I see.
She's so serious too.
Okay then. Gotta be serious and help and listen to Moni-chan's advice, you know?
Yeah, Moni-sama.
That was so serious.
Moni-sama.
Moni-sama.
That sounds funny. Moni-sama.
Go for it, Monica-chan.
Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud.
Yatta! I did it!
Good job, Sayori.
Even Salvado liked it.
Well, he did write it.
I guess that's a good sign. True.
What does that even mean?
It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. She said nicely twice. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. See, like, that's another reason why I think maybe there is a different meaning in that other line. Because, like, she compliments Sayori and then gives criticism, and she didn't do that with anyone else. Like, it seems like maybe she is targeting Sayori a bit in this scene.
Or she
It's
just...
still constructive criticism, though. Like, she's not
yeah.
doing anything mean, but it's...
Or she's just better friends with Sayori.
Or she's just like...
And she knows Sayori better.
She's just like, if you're not gonna read that your delivery was really good for this specific poem. Yeah.
Or they're just besties and, you know...
Like, she's being helpful, and she's, like, giving advice, and
Yeah.
it could just be, like, she's trying to give advice, and she feels more comfortable with Sayori.
Yeah.
But
She's
she's also
trying to get
targeting
to
her.
question herself. The
Yeah.
lines are definitely blurred, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't... Oh... Yeah, I don't have much to add there.
Yeah, I don't really understand.
I'm trying to read into everything too much. I'm trying to overthink everything.
This is a commentary.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do that, so...
In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well.
Oh.
What are their poems?
Uh-oh.
They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading.
And yeah, Monica... I feel like Monica is
think
implying...
you can write some really emotional stuff, so put some power behind it, bestie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Monica is
They're
being
also, like-
genuine here, especially since she actually really wanted the festival to go well, so like, I think she's being genuine here.
I feel like
It
Monica
could be that they're being genuine, because, like, they have been working on poems together, from what Sayori says.
Yeah.
Monica taught me a lot, but no, because even there,
I feel like
it's
the
a little
word
bit
choice is weird here.
suspicious, because we don't know what Monica's, like, teaching her. Her poems start getting more depressing after this. Like, maybe she's... I feel like it's so, like, she's being genuinely helpful, and she's, like, giving Sayori advice. She writes bottles,
Yeah.
and it's, like, a good poem.
It's hard to know.
She's, like, giving her advice, this constructive criticism, and she's...
I think
But, like,
it's,
also, like,
she's helping her, but then she's saying, go touch whatever you're feeling about, but then the bottom one, I'm brain farting, but and then like bottles is written, and then it's just her getting in touch with her feelings. Yeah, I think Monica is being genuine with this advice here.
I feel like this is like Monica.
It could also just be that, like, maybe they are just closer friends, and that's why she feels more comfortable about doing this. I don't know. It feels like, I feel like she's mostly being genuine, but there's these hints of, like, maybe she's not exactly.
I think.
Or maybe she doesn't even realize she's doing this.
Sayori. I think
No, like maybe Monica doesn't even realize like she is targeting Sayori and she is
she's
helping her get in
or-
touch with her emotions that are largely negative at this point.
Mhm.
There's a lot of Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I think. Okay. I think this is a weird, like, more force. I don't know. Dude, would you say that, like, more force? I feel like you would say, like, more energy, not force. Or, like, more power. Force is, I think force has, like, this
Yeah.
negative connotation, you know? It's, like, forcing something to work.
It's not like, but in this
Yeah.
case, it's just the synonym for power.
Yeah, I guess
like
so.
a little more
Although-
power in the delivery.
Yeah.
Is what he means.
That's
I
like,
guess we don't know what other friends Monica's talking about though. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe
Loki-
Sayori has written some really aggressive poetry that we just haven't seen.
Loki,
I
think,
really want to beat up whoever stole my cookie. I want to get on their pillow and lay a dookie. Bars.
Needs some work. But I like the imagery and the emotion behind it.
True. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing.
oh, whoops.
It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone.
And next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more.
Oh.
We don't have much time before the festival, you know.
She's gonna pick Sayori's poem for her? Interesting. Or has she been picking her poems the whole time?
See, like, she's challenging Sayori and she's not doing that to anyone else. But then again,
Challenging her.
Sayori's
I
more
want my
comfortable with the
bestie to do
activity
it.
in general.
Yeah.
I think that's like the meme of like.
Yeah, it's just...
Like, I want my bestie to do
I don't know what to
do
think
something
here.
great.
Monica's challenging. She's challenging her more and more throughout this first act of the game, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that like.
I mean, this is like at least halfway through the act, so I don't know, maybe it's not that far-fetched to think that maybe some of it is intentional.
I think
I don't
also,
know. I don't
Monica noticing whenever Sayori was like, oh, even MC liked this poem, or even Salvato liked it, I think Monica caught on to that. And she was like, okay, what I'm doing here is not working, like turning up the depression.
Oh,
I'm
maybe.
gonna have to, she's like, so she's kind of like projecting a little bit, like, I'm gonna have to force this, like, onto Sayori, you know? Her plan, it's like she's becoming more frustrated, you know? Monica's, so she's trying to think of ways to make, because like one way, I guess, by helping Sayori write her poems, she can make her write a bad poem so that, well, she could try to make her write a bad poem so that MC doesn't like it, you know? It's like, it turns him away from Sayori, but it's not working, I guess, at this point.
Now, who's next? Natsuki?
Don't make me go before Salvato. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Salvato lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki.
It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite.
Oh wait, I like that.
Oh, which one?
I like that detail there. Cause when the other girls are presenting, you just see them. But when
Oh.
MC's presenting, you see all of them. Like Yuri
Yeah.
joined, even though she's not saying anything, because we're seeing from his point of view now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyways. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else.
Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah. I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
The poem is called. It's called. Why are you all looking at me?
Because you're presenting.
I love that.
I think
I love that
about
line.
that conversation.
I know.
That exchange is so good.
I know.
I think about that a lot.
Me too.
Anyway, the poem is called Jump.
Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears for a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again.
Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people?
It's like Natsuki's about to punch Monica right here.
I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people.
I think about this part, like,
He has multiple faces.
she's like multiple personality or something.
Like an android.
Her persona.
Whoa! Natsuki and Android confirmed?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa!
You better make it happen, Monica. I mean, Dan Salvato.
Nintendo real.
True. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so...
Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting.
Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead.
That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. She didn't push everyone away when she side posed.
Oh, and then Natsuki.
I guess she doesn't always do that. She just does it like at that one point. I don't even remember when it is.
I think it's only when. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why she didn't do this.
That one time, she's just like...
Oh, also, Monica hair.
She just goes, ha-cha!
Pushes them away with her booty.
Her hair is right in Natsuki's face. Again. So.
Yeah. And Natsuki's looking at it like...
Oh.
Like, ooh,
Oh,
that
whoa.
hair is really long.
Imagine she just like bites her hair. I'm sorry, that's so random. Okay. Monica?
Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today.
Oh.
I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day!
Monica
and
Monday.
It sure is.
Oh, that's her time to shine.
I can't
Garfield hates
wait!
Monday.
I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand it. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Oh,
Yep.
I thought that was Sayori. ready to go with Sayori?
Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that.
It's kind of adorable, isn't it?
Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice. Oh, sorry. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
Okay, Salvato, you don't have to say it.
Whatever. Let's go already.
I think Natsuki is shipping them at that point. Because she's like,
Base.
ooh, look at them going home together.
I walk home with Sayori once more.
Saori's revenge is to ship Yuri with Natsuki in Act 4.
Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, oh, I
The
accidentally.
double tap.
But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori.
Sorry, I was spacing out.
No wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to. I mean,
Sayori fumbles with her words.
so let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you.
Huh?
What'd you do?
What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Oh, well. Alright, so...
I would still walk home with Sayori. We're doing
Yeah,
Sayori
we're
right.
doing-
Let's go.
yeah. I was just gonna say that.
www.
Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri?
But
Oh, she's blushing so
she's so
hard.
beautiful and smart.
Dear Sayori blush, so cute. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, we always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you.
You're so silly, Sabato. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it. So
Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes.
sorry.
Besides, what's the point of speculating something that's never gonna happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? We made it! Yeah! Finished! That's the longest,
We could save here, I guess.
Yeah.
No
Or don't
poem.
we usually do the poem game though, and then come back?
Yeah,
Yes,
we could do the
poem?
phone. We could do the phone game next time.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
5:09 EST.
Yeah. So we've been 2 hours and almost 2.5 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Scott. Thanks, y'all. Good to. I'll just say thanks for watching. Anyone who's watching, making it through this long episode. And thanks for joining me, Olive and ChemistryCat.
Yeah.
and Mono was here.
Yeah, Mono as
Wait,
well.
did you say that?
No, I did.
Sorry.
And thanks to Mono as well.
Okay.
It's
He had-
okay.
He had to leave early. I forgot.
I was unsure if Zaun said that or not.
I did. Cause he wasn't here, so I kind of like my brain just like wasn't calculating. But yeah, all right. See y'all next time.